I'm Shelly, aka Shells, and this is See Shells Show and Tell. Today, I'm going to show and tell you sculpting and molding with polymer clay. I wanted to show you the complete process, which has several steps, so I decided I better start with something kind of simple. And I'm making a heart pendant. It's a heart on a background. The background is why I used that square cookie cutter. Didn't want just a hanging heart. Wanted to put it on a background. What I'm going to show you today is first the sculpting of the original, which is what I'm doing right here. After the original has been completed and baked, then I'm going to make a mold of the original. After the mold has cured, then I'm going to make a couple more pendants by putting other polymer clay into the mold that I made from this original. And this is one of my favorite techniques of things to do with polymer clay, mold making and making things with the molds that I make. So I hope you enjoy this, and I hope that someday you perhaps would like to try this out for yourself. I've been experimenting with different video techniques after getting a lot of inspiration from different artists on YouTube. One of my favorite kind of videos for me personally to watch are sped up videos with a voiceover, and so this is my attempt at making something similar to that. To make this video, I have used iMotion version 5.0. I set it on a 2-second interval record, which means as I was working, it was taking a photograph once every 2 seconds. I have it set on a 2 frame per second speed playback. And the reason I'm telling you all of those details is because I am looking for input. This is my first attempt at this style of video and the voiceover, which I'm recording several times to make sure it's just right. And I would definitely appreciate any input you have on ways to make this video even better. At the end of the video, you'll see my setup where I put my tripod and lights. So if that's of interest to you, stay around till the end. The product I'm using to do this sculpture is just original Sculpey polymer clay. When I get to the mold making process, the product that I use for the mold making is called Amazing Mold Putty. And you'll see it is amazing. So now I'm putting more touches onto the heart. I like a heart as a simple design. It's something everybody can draw, everybody recognizes, but I also like to make mine unique, individual. So think about that. Even if you're making something very simple, make it your own. Make it unique. And now I've put it on the tile that I'm going to bake it on. And now that it's on the baking tile, putting a few more touches here and there, getting it all just right, and adding the hole for the pendant with just a regular drinking straw. And it's ready for the oven and back out. I sanded it off camera. Now for the mold making process. Since this mold making uses 2 separate types of material to make the mold, I try to use one hand in one container and one hand in the other container so I don't have to worry about any cross-contamination until I'm ready to mix them together. Then I get out my stopwatch because you really want to mix it together as quickly as you can and as thoroughly as you can. The instructions say you should be able to mix the 2 parts together in about 15 seconds, but I've never been able to do it that quickly. You want to do it as quickly as you can though and get it onto whatever it is you're molding, because within about 2 to 2.5 minutes you're not going to be able to make any more changes. I like to put a little decoration on the outside just for fun, and then let it cure. Once it's cured, you can just pop out the original, and now you have a mold all ready to start making another pendant with. One other good thing about this mold making putty, once it is cured, it is safe to go in the oven at the temperature that a polymer clay would normally bake at, which is around 250 to 275. Check your own instructions, of course. But baking the clay inside the mold is one way to help get all the details very precise that you have made in your mold. This clay is from my faux stone experimenting. That could be another video another day, but I've been experimenting with how to make things that look actually like stone, including down to the phosphorescence that some rocks in real life have. My rocks have that too, which you'll see the black light at the very end. And you want to get it all smushed in and get ready to bake. After it's cooled off a little bit, you can just pop it out easily, and now we have our first pendant made. Now let's make a purple one. This purple was left over from a project that had 2 colors of purple and some translucent all mixed together. So I mixed it even more, and when I cut into it, I found a very pretty swirl pattern. That's what I used as the base for the heart. Now this time I ended up having more clay than would fit in the mold, which is a good problem to have. And so you just smush it all in as much as you can, and then you can easily cut off the excess. It's fairly easy to cut into the clay without having to worry about damaging the mold. The mold is very sturdy, and so you don't have to worry about that. And now the purple is baked as well. So there's the purple and the phosphorescent. See the glowing? So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I would love to make more. So please share and comment. Live love.